everyone. Welcome to the current episode of Sippin with Steven. This is my good friend and returning guest, Jeremy Deaver. Jeremy, I got to say, I love your attire. You're rocking the trackside gear here.
I try to. You know, it's all about the overall presentation, you know.
That is fantastic. Jeremy is the vice president at Trackside Distilling, and want to give, obviously there's a connection and a homage to the thoroughbred racing. For the people who are coming in to do a bourbon experience, why don't you give them a little bit of background about Trackside and how you all came about with that name and the connection to horse racing?
Yeah, so it was very much a holistic. So myself and Jade Peterson, who's a master distiller out of Kentucky Artisan, him and I were just sitting around about a year ago, bouncing around ideas, and we've helped so many brands over the years, and we've gotten to the point now where we just said, you know, we really want to try our own thing.
Sure.
So we put it all together, and we really put together the package, and a lot of this was homage to Kentucky Artisan, to Trackside, to the state of Kentucky, because it's only available here. But it also is applicable to anything related to tracks. Jade is a big fan of car racing, motorcycle racing, snowmobile racing, and then of course being in Kentucky, it's inevitable that you end up tabbering into the horse racing.
Before we go to the next point, folks, did you hear what he said? Only available in Kentucky.
Yes, only available
for people
in Kentucky.
coming in from out of town that are looking for that exclusive Kentucky gift to take back. I cannot emphasize enough to consider Trackside. So, Jeremy, you mentioned Kentucky Artisan. That is where this product is distilled. So I'm assuming there are tasting experiences that are available for people
Correct.
at Kentucky Artisan for Trackside?
Yeah, and the beauty about Kentucky Artisan is not only do they have the full-fledged distillery and the co-pack and the production and processing, but they just about 3 months ago opened up a cocktail bar right down the road in the clubhouse. And this is available there so you can taste and try if you just want to do the non-traditional tour tasting. But it works out really well with Kentucky Artisan. Jade made all these barrels. We didn't source anything. It's only available in Kentucky. And the nice thing about it's been an evolution of both our 93, which is our Founders Release, which was released in May of this year, and then we just released our 107, working with Heritage Distribution out there in Shelbyville about 2 months ago.
Well, I will tell you this, folks. As we were coming up, I was talking to Jeremy about whether he had any issues with their product being put into cocktails. And he told me absolutely not, that they have several cocktails that they have developed and that they utilize this product, a 93 proof and 107, depending on your taste.
Yep.
So that is fantastic.
Yep.
A little spoiler here, we utilized some product that they had for our Nightmare on Bourbon Street cocktail that I put together for our Halloween thing. So thank you to the good folks at Trackside.
Absolutely.
But that comes to the next point, which are these two fantastic bottles. Two different proofs, two different releases. Could you give a little bit of a synopsis to the folks as to the difference, besides in addition to the proof of the product?
So the proof was really, when we ended up filling in 110, and luckily we actually stored them on the lower level. So our proof went down, but our yields went up. So our yields per six pack actually went up considerably. But we also wanted to go with a 90 because it would kill off any opportunity that we needed to do for any type of chill filtration. We wanted all those natural flavors and oils and everything to go into that product. And we really felt that 93 not only brought out the actual bourbon and the sweetness of it, but because it's a 4-grain toasted chocolate malt, you can really get the toasted chocolate malt very subtly. We didn't want it to really empower it because we didn't want to be considered a chocolate whiskey. We wanted to be a bourbon that has a complement for something chocolate. And you nailed it with a lot of the cocktails too, because one of the best cocktails out of Watch Hill proper, for example, they do a chocolate old fashioned, which is phenomenal.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
That brings me up to these two products. Are the mash bills the same? Are they?
Yep. So they are the same, but ironically, they're only about 4-month age difference. So the 93 is actually 5 years, 11 months. The 107 is 6 years, 2 months. And it's both a 4-grain. And what the 4-grain means is that we did a number of different blends from all our barrels in Jade's inventory to try to perfect and try to replicate the best we could with the difference of the proof. Now, when I say that the toasted chocolate malt is in there, 8% of the actual overall mash bill is malted barley.
Okay.
Of that 3% is the toasted chocolate, and 5% is the distiller's malt.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah,
so very unique.
Yes.
There are some other distillers that use 4-grain, but not this mix and not this kind of the homage to the chocolate.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about it too. Being a small craft as opposed to a lot of the bigger guys, the bigger guys have SOPs and parameters that they have to follow day in and day out to get that consistency. But the beauty of our product is that we can pivot. I remember one time we were out at Kentucky Artisan and we actually distilled a whiskey that had hickory smoked malted barley.
Oh,
so
wow.
the whole place smelled like a barbecue pit, and it was phenomenal whiskey. So it allowed us to do a lot of cool things.
Experimental type things.
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. What I will tell for anybody coming in to Louisville, and I consider Crestwood as part of Metro Louisville, to consider visiting Kentucky Artisan, try Trackside, go to the cocktail bar and get one of these drinks that you're talking about.
Yep.
Today we are going to try your 93 proof, what's the term? I'm sorry. Your flagship product.
So this is our Founders Release.
Founders Release. There we go.
So we only did 500 cases total of the 2 SKUs, 350 of the 93, and 150 of the cask strength. And once that's gone, it's gone.
You're not, the next time you do one, it's going to be a little bit different.
It's going to be a little bit different.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a single barrel concept, but with the small batch. That, as a consumer, that's a great thing.
Yep.
So what we're going to do in Sippin' with Stephen tradition, we're going to raise our glass to Trackside, to Kentucky Artisan, to the Fraser, and to everybody coming into town for that bourbon experience.
That's right.
Cheers. Let's see what we got here. I'm so excited. I definitely smelled the chocolate. I taste it. It's a little bit on the sweet side, but very unique. This is something that would be a source of much discussion at my bourbon group
and
on my
that's
bar.
what we want. We love when people talk about it because we found that some people smell it, some people taste it, but we want it to be applicable to either a daily drinker, a cocktail drinker, or just something unique.
Well, as we sign off, I got to give a shout out again to your hoodie. Best logoed wear that's out there.
We try.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe you go out to the gift shop and you find a Trackside hoodie.
Oh,
if not,
there you go.
maybe they need to have them. So everybody, enjoy the Trackside experience. Go to Kentucky Artisan, and cheers, Jeremy.
Cheers
Thank
to
you for being here.
My pleasure.